Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of the First Issue Club, the only comic book podcast with the name First Issue Club in it. I'm one of your hosts, Greg, and with me, as always, is my cohort and friend, Andy Vargas.
That's me, baby. I'm back in effect.
We are back in full effect. Mike D is dealing with some plumbing issues, and that is not a reflection of Taco Tuesday or Taco Thursday. He just has some old clay pipes. And when you get over 40, you got to get those clay pipes checked out. But in his absence, you know what that means? Noise boys are back in effect. That's right. Dad's away at a meeting. So that means we get to play with the buttons and do our own episode. Because just like Sue Storm, I'm going to go fuck Neymar.
Whoa.
That's right.
Whoa, did he just say that?
Flush. We get a little crude here when Mike D's not around to shake his head at us and wag his finger. But no more so than any other First Issue Club episode. Because just like every First Issue Club episode, we are sponsored by Space Camper IPA, the greatest beer in the galaxy, nay, the whole dang universe. Space Camper IPA is a veritable treat to the taste buds, comes in a variety of flavors and characters to correspond with those flavors. They can be extra hoppy or sweetly fruity to the taste, whether you like a yard beer or something a little heavier to keep you warm in the winter time. Space Camper IPA has you covered. Please drink responsibly. Yum yum, give me some down to my tum-tum. Space Camper IPA. It's not a beer. It is a journey. Speaking about Boulevard, if you are in the Kansas City area, please mark your calendar for November 9th, TowerCon, making its monumentous return to the Kansas City area. This time, its place of residence will be the Boulevard Beer Hall in downtown Kansas City. Whoa! Which is great for us because not only are the Beskar boys who put on TowerCon one of our best buddies in the comic book world, but Boulevard, sponsor of the show, loves us and wants to hang out with us more. So now we get to go to their house and play and break all their toys. So it's going to be a great time for everyone. TowerCon, if you don't know, is what we call a microcon. Its main focus is comic books. There's no cosplay. There's no giant swords. There's no army recruiter or guy trying to sell you gutters. This is just as many long boxes as you can stuff into the basement of Boulevard for you to rifle through and kind of fill some missing issues in your collection. And you get to drink some delicious Boulevard beer while you're there and eat some yummy food. We'll be there recording a live episode and doing some games that we typically do at cons to make people like us more because we don't have any money. So we have to be entertaining, which is why we have this podcast.
Wow.
To round out the con talk, we just did Summer Jam that was put on by Elite Comics last weekend or 2 weekends ago, put on by Will over there at Elite Comics. It was a fantastic time. We got to hang out next to Meg Levins, who was working on a new Star Trek book with Christopher Cantwell called Red Shirts, I believe.
Yep,
right?
Red Shirts.
So that was a blast. It was an incredible time to be there because the entire con was Elite Comics' back issues that they have in a warehouse that they try to do every year to get rid of old comics. And every penny that they made from those sales went to the Children's Hospital here in Kansas City. So not only did we get to hang out, talk about comic books, hang out with cool creators, and buy some comic books of our own, we were also able to help out a good cause. So thank you for everyone that came out and said hello and helped donate to the Children's Hospital here in Kansas City. And also thank you, Will, and everyone at Elite Comics for just doing this. It seems so silly to say, but in days, in the times that we're living in now, to choose hope and to choose joy and to choose to want to better the world that you live in, it's a rare commodity. It's a rare thing, and it takes a superhuman person to choose that. And I'm so thankful that Will, did it. He didn't have to do it. No one has to do anything, but he put the effort through, put on this con, did a great thing. I'm grateful to be a part of it. So thank you for everyone that came out, and thank you for Elite for doing it.
Yeah, it was a blast, and you said it perfectly, Greg. So I'll just stop talking.
Hey, listen, when it's down to two voices, I have to speak for the missing voice.
Yeah.
Or else there's going to be a lot of dead air. And I don't want to edit that out because I'm not very good at it, and I don't have the time. Typically, now is the part of the show where we do news, comic book news. Now, if you're wondering what's comic book news, it's similar to the news you see on television, but it just primarily focuses around comic books. I know Andy has a few things. The one thing I did want to say that I found right before we jumped on the microphone is that Marvel basically confirmed that the Ultimates universe is still continuing after this Ultimate incursion or this big thing that's happening right now. So if you are a big fan of the Ultimate universe, celebrate because it's going to keep on going. And it sounds like they're going to do an Ultimate Daredevil up next. So hooray? Question mark
Sure.
or asterisk, whichever you like, or exclamation point. Sorry.
You said it was Denny Camp and Alex Packnadell, right?
Dennis Camp and I think they're doing the Ultimates 2 years in book.
Oh, okay.
Which introduces the Ultimate Daredevil. I don't know who's doing the Ultimate Daredevil book.
Got it.
It might be them, but I don't know for sure.
Got it.
Anyway, it is nice to see Marvel getting some impressive talent for the Ultimates universe just to keep the quality up. Same with the DC Absolute universe. Thank you for investing in the product.
Yes, same with the Valiant Beyond universe,
Fuck that universe into the ground. If you listened to last week's show, you know that we ripped it to shreds for being dog whistly to the alt-right and for punching down on the trans community because, no one else does that. So why should comic books skip out?
Yeah.
If you have read that book, I'm sorry, you can just go ahead and throw it out. For anyone Valiant who is listening, do better.
Yeah, for sure. My only news thing that I have for the week is I guess just applicable to super hyper nerds like me, but I saw a little article that I guess Jackie Chan and the Jackie Chan stunt team are either directing or advising or performing stunts for the new Spider-Man movie, which just sounds like a boatload of fun having Jackie Chan style stunts in
I
Spider-Man
think
movie.
This part needs some explanation because you and I watch a lot of kung fu movies and martial arts movies.
Yeah.
And people that don't are probably kind of scratching their head. One, Jackie Chan. He was in more than Rush Hour.
Yes.
Jackie Chan is a martial arts icon. He created a bunch of incredible martial arts movies in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. In that era, he also created a school or to become a part of his stunt team.
Yeah.
Much like Bruce Lee did.
Yeah.
There's a school of that style of martial arts that they learn and stunt coordination that they learn to do all of every movie you see with Jackie Chan is them doing it.
Yeah.
They are jumping off those buildings. They are kicking people through glass windows. You thought Tom Cruise was cool for jumping out of a plane. Jackie Chan is just I did that 20 years ago. I did half of Drunken Master with a broken foot. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I mean, if even if it's inspired by Jackie Chan, right? Seeing those kinds of over the top fight scenes are just going to be so much fun.
So, but here's what that tells me is that prior to this news, it had been kind of rumored that this was going to be a street level Spider-Man story.
Sure.
And now this kind of confirms it, that there's going to be a lot of close quarters, hand-to-hand combat. kind of some acrobatics, moving around a lot.
Yeah.
Because with Jackie Chan and the Jackie Chan stunt team, like they do some very innovative sequences. Like this is not like if you ever watched like a blooper reel or the deleted scenes behind Jackie Chan movies, they show you how these things get made. Like it is repeated takes over and over and over again of Jackie Chan or someone on Jackie Chan's team jumping off a building into like a window, and if it didn't hit right, they had to just go back to one and do it all over again. So this just kind of shows that like Marvel, or maybe specifically the Spider-Man team, is like focusing in on like this is going to be very fight heavy. Like it's going to be very coordinated and choreographed, and that is exciting to me because Spider-Man is that street level close combat kind of character, and I think that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see it compared to like the Daredevil show, because that is very much the same kind of close quarters, street level fighting, but on a more like John Wick level, where it's like very efficient and focused on sort of eliminating threats, whereas the Jackie Chan style is more about kind of putting on a good show for the camera. Well, yeah, and surviving, right? Like,
it's kind of like those like like you're at like a Silver Dollar City type show where like you're on a train, but there's like actors that come on and rob the train, and there's like a big thing, or like those like Waterworld productions at like Universal where you're just like, oh no, like it's exploding. It's like a big explosion, like a ski-doo goes through the air. That's what Jackie Chan is. He's just like, Jackie Chan comes out, he's just like, don't you guys want to have a good time? Yeah, Jackie Chan, we do. I'm going to kick this bear through a cannon. And they're, yeah, kick the bear through the cannon. And that's what Jackie Chan is.
You want to see me beat up 5 guys with a stepladder? Yeah!
Yeah! With my arm broken? Oh my God! Yes! That's what Jackie Chan will put on a show for you because he has taken it on as a duty. It is his service that he is providing to the people, to the world.
Yeah. If anybody out there is not a Jackie Chan convert, go watch Drunken Master and Police Story, because
Police Story is so good.
I forgot that not only did he write, direct, star in, and do the stunt coordination for Police Story, he also sang the theme song.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What can he do?
Nothing.
What can he not do?
Nothing. Jackie Chan rules. He is an absolute legend.
Good for him. Do you remember, I think it was Police Story, where he broke his foot on set and they painted his cast like a sneaker so he could still do the show.
Yeah.
Or the movie.
It was one of the Police Stories. Yeah.
He should be on Jackass or CKY. Like he will do any stunt you put in front of him as like a dare.
Yeah. I think it is either Police Story 2 or Mr. Nice Guy or something. Anyway, there's a scene in one of his movies where he's sliding like in a mall, and he has to slide down like a string of lights.
Oh, and his hands are like
yeah, and they're popping. So they did that for real with like live electricity flowing through these bulbs because they couldn't figure out how to do it otherwise. So they were like, we can only do this once because we're going to destroy everything about it.
I have seen Jackie Chan fall off a ladder more times than I have seen an elephant in a zoo. Like that dude, it should be illegal for him to go on a ladder because he can just tumbles right off of it.
But he takes out like 9 bad guys on the way down, you know?
That's true. Okay, enough Jackie Chan talk. What else did you have?
That's it. That's the only
That's
thing.
It was a pretty light news week.
That's the only thing I had.
So the other thing I saw was that, okay, so the upcoming Batman #1 with Matt Fraction.
Oh, yeah.
You're aware. They kind of followed suit with the Battle Beast blind bag thing.
Yeah.
And it's now being reported that they didn't make enough. So some stores aren't going to get any, while some stores are. And of course, that's causing a huge problem for people.
Great. Awesome.
So,
I saw that. I saw that
mhm,
they didn't print enough. I
mhm.
also saw that apparently distribution was bullshit for this, and some stores were selling that book like this week when it's
Yes.
supposed to be coming out next week.
Mhm. Now, I don't know. I saw that article, but I didn't read it because I mean, you get it all from the article. I don't know if like people were confused and like it just kind of shipped early and people were like, oh, okay, well, I guess Batman comes out now. But, mm,
Yeah, I mean FOC was 2 months ago or whatever. So yeah, if I'm a comic shop owner and the new Batman book comes out and I have it and the store across town doesn't,
yeah.
why wouldn't you put it on the shelf? Like, right?
Can they get in trouble for that?
Unless there's street date restrictions,
Yeah. You would
NJD
think, you
sound
would
off.
think, yeah. If anyone from Diamond is listening while trying to fill out an application for a job, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. I can't imagine that comic books are as strict as like movies were back when I was working for Blockbuster, because that
Mm.
that stuff had like contractual requirements. But
I
I
know that we get like embargoes from reviews that we get through our email. So,
yeah, but I would guess that something like a street date for a comic is more flexible because it can vary based on like the distributor. Like the
mhm.
actual publisher doesn't really have any control on when the book gets to the store because
Right.
they have to go through a distributor.
Oh, I guess that's true.
But I that also could be total bullshit. So who knows?
Mm. We're just two idiots that have a podcast. What do we know?
It's very true.
Nothing.
But long story short, neither of us got a Batman blind bag. So,
Yeah, you know why? Because I follow the rules.
oh, is that why?
I'm a hashtag good boy. I may be a noise boys, but
You are a good boy.
yeah, I'm trying to get to heaven.
And you know
So
what?
if I read a Batman book that I'm not supposed to,
Nay.
nay. They're keeping record of that in the LCS in the sky.
That's that CS is not really L.
Hey.
Not very
It will be
local.
soon enough. It will be soon enough for everyone.
That's true. All right. Do we want to get down to business?
Yeah, let's get right into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
This I will say this might be a shorter episode because our dear Mike D is not with us, and
R.I.P.
bit of a light week
R.I.P.
for comic
Mike D.
books anyway. R.I.P. Mike D. Rest in plumbing. He'll be back next week.
Well,
But we both read Mortal Thor, correct?
yes, I did read
By
Immortal Thor.
Al Ewing.
Yes, Al Ewing.
So let's just do this to make it easier for everyone that's listening. And Al Ewing does a way more eloquent job in the back of the book than I can right now. So yes, this is a number 1. However, this is essentially Act 2 of his Immortal Thor overarching 3-act story.
Yeah.
So we had Immortal Thor Act 1, wherein spoiler, he dies.
Oh, bro.
And it cuts off Earth from the rest of the realms. So they're kind of just like left to their own devices. And now we have Thor, who is dealing with a memory problem and believes he is a someone else from Sweden.
Yeah. Go on.
And he carries around like a drywall hammer instead of Mjolnir. And at the end of the book, he just goes absolutely bananas on like 5 thugs in an alleyway with a hammer. And Marvel went there with the violence that I didn't think they were going to do, and it was incredible. I never thought I would want to see some Bob Vila-esque Thor with a hammer just murking dudes like a loose nail on a shingle.
Th-
Like he just went full bore.
This old house, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. The, Immortal this old house, you son of a bitch.
So were you reading Immortal Thor? I think Mike D was, but
Mike D was. I was in and out of it. It's really good, but with Immortal Thor, it's very meta and self-referential, and like there's some like Roxxon stuff going on. And I really, really liked it, but I didn't have the time to fully commit to the headiness of it because Al Ewing is brilliant. He's a brilliant writer. He makes, these complex ideas more digestible for you and I, the common man of the comic world.
uh-huh.
And I just hadn't had time to like kind of like get to it.
Yeah.
However, this seems more my speed of just like man with a hammer breaks skulls, and it's like, okay, yeah, I get that. Sure.
So some of the stuff I picked up on in this book that I'll have to have Mike D explain to me, because I was also I was not reading Immortal, but they make mention of Avengers teams and a guy with a hammer on the Avengers team, but they reference that it's Beta Ray Bill as a founding Avenger. So somehow not only was Thor killed, but seemingly he was like erased from Marvel history.
I think so, because I think what this is Marvel Thor was taken away. This is Norse god Thor that we're seeing right now.
Okay.
So in the pantheon of this book, technically there are two Thors. There are Marvel Thor and then public domain Thor. And it's like, this is their story, and we may or may not find out, and I may be wrong, if they're the same person or if like they just like meld into the same person.
Okay.
And I think I read somewhere that the person that he is now is a reference to a Walt Simonson character from when he was writing it in the 80s.
Okay, sure.
So that's cool. Yeah, it's Donald, whatever his name is, Donald Blake.
No, it's not Donald Blake. Yeah, I mean, it was a cool book. It's I always think it's kind of refreshing to see superheroes like in their day-to-day lives when they aren't being superheroes.
Yeah, when like they're in their People magazine getting photos taken of them exiting a Starbucks, and they're like, hey, superheroes, they're just like us.
Yeah, it's it's cool to see them. Like, I think that's when you get the flavor of like who they are, or who the writer wants them to be as people, as opposed to who the writer wants them to be as superhero. And you get just like a boatload of that in this book. Most of the book is Thor talking to his like manic pixie dream girl neighbor, and then he like comes across who I presume is Loki, but it's just like a street urchin kid.
Oh, I thought it was Sprite from the Eternals.
It looks like Sprite for sure.
Yeah,
but I just imagined that
but it could also be Loki.
I just imagined that it was Loki because it's a Thor comic, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be cool to see what's going on with this like new Thor guy, and there's like a semi cult of Thor worshippers that all wear like bandanas with the Thor rune on them,
which I fucking love, because, and I don't know if Al Ewing is doing this, but alt-right and Nazi fuckheads have kind of adopted Thor or like Viking sigils as like their, I don't know, labubu. And it's like, it's what a sure sign that you're in a shitty club when it's just like, we all have to look the same. You got to wear the same shit. We worship some dead god that can, shoot lightning from a hammer. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Time out. Time out.
Yeah.
But it also proves that they don't know what the fuck Thor is about, or Norse gods or legends. And I think that's mirrored right now in this comic book about how these thugs in Mortal Thor are co-opting the Thor brand and message and skewing it to fit their narrative. And then we know as the reader that that's the real Thor, and he's just like, the fuck you guys talking about? That's not right at all. And so now it's going to be a story about, realizing who you are and what do you stand for. And if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything, kind of thing. And it is timely what we're going through, and it is pivotal and poignant, like all Al Ewing stories. So it is fun. But we talk about sometimes about how we want the outside world to stay outside and comic book world to stay comic book. But sometimes they have to bleed together, and I think this is a good, I don't know, compromise.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing that people try to do with Punisher, but in a way that's more comic booky, because it's like it's a cult of Thor. So you can equate it to really like any cult or even like any in group co-opting something that they don't really understand.
Right.
So yes, it's timely and relevant to the world we're living in now, but it will probably be timely and relevant to the world we're living in 20 years from now as well. So,
oof, horrifying.
I mean, it's just
existence.
It's a human nature thing as opposed to like a world we're living in currently thing.
Yeah, I mean it's the hubris of existence of just listen. No one asked for this, but we're in it. And we're just gonna make it shittier. I'm like, come on, everyone, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was a cool book. Pasqual Ferry did the art, so it's gonna be.
Oh, the artwork was
gonna be right up there.
So expressive and electric, pun intended. And it's just like it felt. I don't know. It felt different and new and like grimy.
That
makes it like it.
The rain during the fight scene at the end was so cool.
Yeah,
so cool.
It had this like cool digital watercolor feel to it. It ripped.
Yeah, it was a very neat book. Very cool looking. Obviously, you have Alex Ross covers, so like they stand out on a shelf, and then it's nice when you have. Is contrasting art the right word? It's to the Alex Ross like hyper realism at Pasqual Ferry
juxtaposition.
Yeah, where it's like more cartoony or comic booky, but equally masterful. I'll say
as in impactful.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, it's a cool book. Interested to see where it goes. I get the impression that this is probably going to be like a 12-issue series. Before it's
either 6 or 12, and I think it is 12 because they said that midway there's going to be a harsh turn in the story of just like, oh, we're going in this direction now. So
sure.
I'm pumped, and I'm kind of anxious to see what Act 3 is going to be after all this.
Definitely,
so, very very cool start to a not really a rebrand of a character, but a new direction,
a new twist.
What a twist!
What a twist!
Ghost written by M. Night Shyamalan.
That's right.
Okay, moving on. I read from Dark Horse Comics
Masterminds
by Zack Kaplan and Stephen Thompson.
Yeah, tell me about this book.
So this book is about a young boy who grew up in a town where, he said it was a dying town, not much happened, so he used to just get beat up a lot, and his refuge was video games. He said he can't really control the outside world, but in video games you can solve the riddle to help the wizard and beat tasks and complete levels, and he found a home in video games, and it kind of leads through his life of he was inspired by that. So he in high school made a video game about a bird without a mother. So in the game you have to teach yourself how to fly and fly off to find your own flock. So it was like kind of cool. And in the book, he won some indie awards for it, and then he got a job at like the Blizzard of this universe to get into the big video game company, and he has a job where he has to make trees in the background, and
Oh no.
there's a few pages of just like how AI is going to replace this part of the video game anyway, so like he feels silly for putting so much effort into different trees and layouts, and how it's kind of soulless to just like waste your time on something that you love so much and you can't really make yours. And then midway through, he kind of just like has this interaction with his friend on a rooftop where they see like this signal on a building, and his friend's like, "Oh, you know what that is?" And he's like, "I have no idea what that is." And it's like a calling card for like this puzzle group, like where all these people go to like solve these like incredibly hard puzzles, and like it's like a kind of like a Squid Games meets I don't know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type riddle mist riven game.
Okay.
Set in real life. And he solves the puzzle that is like that they can see through the building through the window, and he gets a call on his cell phone of like this group that puts on the puzzle, and they're just like, "Congratulations, you have now been invited to join the Mastermind, or to do an initiation to see if you can solve more of these Mastermind puzzles." And he's like, oh, "Okay, sweet." So he goes to the initiation. He doesn't know if he succeeds or fails, because it just kind of like stops and the room goes black, so he just goes home and goes to sleep. And the next day he goes to work and everyone in his office is dead. But there's riddles all over the wall, and like there's imagery and iconography from his video game that he made as a child about the bird. And this woman that he worked with is like there with him, and they're trying to figure out how to get out. And like that's when the puzzles have started, and he's now in the Mastermind games to see if he can become a mastermind.
What do you get if you're a mastermind?
I think what you get is a 2002 Honda Civic, a year's worth of Dawn laundry.
Whoa, a whole year?
Yeah, and you don't die.
Whoa, okay.
Because these games are to death.
For keeps.
Yeah, just like Wheel of Fortune.
That's right. That's what they don't tell you.
That's what they don't tell you. That's where Pat Sajak went.
Bankrupt really bankrupts your life.
If you buy too many vowels, a trapdoor opens and you just go.
Ah. Well,
but it was really cool. I like puzzle video games. I'm in right now. I'm playing Blueprints on the PS5, and that Blueprints is a game that you beat, because I've beaten it. But there are other things that you open up as you beat it. Not uncommon with puzzle games and just video games in general. Like there's a game beyond the game. And I love collecting riddles. I love having to figure out that the notes on the printed music that I find in the closet are pointing to different letters of a siphon, and I'm just like, oh my god, like yes, I'm the puzzler. And so it's like fun to like crack those codes. And I think Zack Kaplan, who we love here on the show, is doing that in comic book form, and it has me very, very excited to continue with this series, because I think it's something that we haven't really seen much in comic books. We see superheroes, we see day-to-day everyday life stuff, we see crime, we see talking dogs that are astronauts, like, but when's the last time you saw like a puzzle intrigue, like solve it before the end of the book kind of series? I can't really think of one that has happened in a long time.
Yeah, something that's like not a crime book specifically.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is kind of very much of just like, It's not even like a whodunit because there's no crime being committed. This man entered like this like secret game cabal
Yeah.
to like test his wits, and like I think that's just a very unique take on a subject that we have never seen in comic books.
Yeah, sounds really fresh. I like it.
Yeah. That's what the F in FIC stands for. Fresh.
The Fresh Issue Club.
This is a fresh issue certified.
Dope. And that's on Dark Horse, right?
Yes. So go check it out. I really, really liked it. It's 6 issues, so small, print run, not a lot of investment, which is good. You can like, get it all at once. So go check it out.
Nice. Masterminds. Go buy it. Well, I also read an indie book from a little small publisher called Image.
Oh, I've never heard of them.
You never heard of them?
No, that must be real small.
Yeah, super small. It's by a relatively unknown writer called James Tynion IV, who has only written...
Oh, wait, he had a book come out this week?
Yeah, Invisible Man.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah. Again, we talked about it literally 45 minutes ago, and I forgot.
Yeah, so I read Invisible Man. I'll stop bearing the lead. But this is an all-star creative team. Like I said, it's James Tynion writing, and Danny's doing the art.
Hell yeah.
It just blew me away. What I loved about this book is that it leaned into the serial killer psycho story of the original source material, instead of just being kind of a book about a guy who is invisible. This is a story about a crazy guy who happens to invent invisibility, right? And there's like a subtle twist there where like the invisibility is not the focus of the book. His internal, like, his psychopathic mind is the focus of the story. But
I think we can all agree that invisibility is a power for a villain. That's a villainous power.
Yeah, unless you're Sue Storm.
But even then, she had like force fields, all kind, like that. Like she had other stuff to rely on. Invisibility.
You're saying if invisibility
I've always
is
hated invisibility.
your only power.
Yeah, I've always hated invisibility as a power because it's just like you can only do nefarious shit with it.
Yeah, you can only do creepy or illegal stuff with invisibility,
and that's the sole. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, definitely. And this book like leans into that. So the first issue is really just about this guy who's working in a lab who resents everyone around him because they're seemingly happier than him, or they're like more
visible.
Well, he's not invisible yet. But
imagine like an invisible man janitor, just like, God damn it, all these visible people,
all these visible motherfuckers. He's just a broom moving down the
hall. Wish people could see me.
But yeah, he starts messing with this like new chemical and injects a mouse, and the mouse goes crazy and kills its other like brother mice, and he starts like relating to it, and he's like, well, I understand why it would kill all these other mice. It's better than these other mice. Why wouldn't it kill? It's that kind of stuff that like.
So wait, does the invisibility thing make him crazier?
Yeah. So the invisibility thing makes a normal mouse go crazy. And when he takes the invisibility potion, he goes crazier. Like he's already crazy.
It's like me on Twizzlers.
That's right. You're already hyper.
I'm already hyperactive, but when I get extra sugar in me, watch out.
Yeah. But this is a rare horror book that actually like creeps you out, because you get a look kind of behind the curtain of somebody that you could see existing in the world. And that's very scary. So
I mean, people like that do exist in this world.
that's what I mean.
They're just not invisible.
Right. They're politicians.
Got them.
Got them. But there's a lot of cool visuals, a lot of really creepy art from Dani. You know, Dani uses a lot of like heavy blacks and heavy outlines, which plays really, really well with a character like this.
Yeah, she plays around with negative space like in a realm that no one else can touch.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool scenes in here where he's like sort of there's scenes where he's like imagining himself doing something. So it's like a vision that he's having or something, but they portray him as this white outline against a background.
Yeah.
Which is so cool, right? Like,
yeah.
It's not like an outline of a guy. It's like a stark white, silhouette.
Yeah.
So
it's like a void.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a incredibly well written book. It's very creepy. Pairs well with this incredible art. So getting these Universal Monsters book, I think this is the last one they're going to do, unless they're going to do like a Bride of Frankenstein or something. But I would imagine they have plans beyond this. But
is it a one shot or is it?
No, it's a 4-issue.
4-issue. Okay, yeah, you may have said that.
So it's good stuff. I really can't recommend it highly enough if you're into horror, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then the last book I read this week was Immortal Legend Batman. And this is from the Radiant Black team. This is
okay, nice.
A Batman book where Batman is like a Power Ranger style galactic hero or a Voltron style galactic hero, which obviously goes hand in hand with the Radiant Black team's,
just print money at that point.
It's pretty much what they're doing. It's an Elseworlds book. I guess I should have said that up top. So this is not in any kind of canon or whatever.
Yeah. So pipe down, everyone.
It is an almost total reinvention of the Batman mythos that we know. Bruce Wayne, and so there's a galactic force that gets released, and it's like a shadow force, and the shadow force releases like shadow creatures into the universe.
Okay.
And these 3 people have sworn to stop the shadow creatures. And the 3 people that are the immortals, the immortal legends, are Batman, Robin, and Nightwing.
Okay.
And they each have, so Robin takes the force of light, Batman takes the force of dark, the like dark creatures, and Nightwing
takes the force of thick,
the force of ass cheeks. Nightwing takes both forces and uses both against them. So
what? Okay, cheating.
Well, he
takes dusk.
Yeah, he takes. Yeah, he takes golden hour. So I'm explaining all this very poorly, and I know that, but it's you have to kind of just roll with it. It's one of those books where you can't ask.
No, I totally get that.
You can't ask too many questions going into it. Enough will be explained by the time you get to the end of the book that you will be hooked. And there is a cool twist to the book where they're called Immortal Legends because every time a legend gets like too old to do their thing, they pass down the mantle to a new fighter. Like they train a new guy, right? It's kind of just like Batman has been doing with Robin, right? But the mantle gets passed down, so people think that it's the same guy and they're immortal, right?
Oh,
that's the whole twist. So Bruce Wayne is just the next Batman in a line of Batmen.
God, and we've talked about this before, and I'm sure other people have as well. That's kind of how it should fucking be.
It's totally how it should be.
In regular Batman.
Yes.
And just comic books in general.
Yeah. So the cool twist to this book is people think that Batman has gone crazy and started killing people.
Mm-hmm.
So the former Batman, we'll call him Batman Senior. Batman Junior is the superhero Batman.
Batman Alpha.
Batman Alpha 6, Thomas Elliot, who is Hush in the main universe, sends him out into the world to go find and kill Bruce Wayne Batman and take the power of Batman for himself because he thinks that Bruce Wayne has become a murderer. He thinks
so. Does Hush have like a secret power, or is he just like a man?
He's just a guy, as far as we've seen. But the impression that I got is that he was like also being trained by Batman Alpha, whoever the previous Batman was. So he's got like combat training and stuff. But he's like a hitman going after Batman now. Again, I know that for a fact that I'm explaining this very poorly because there's just a lot of information. You know, this is like a brand new twist on the Batman mythos, but
I don't give a shit. You struck oil. I'm good to go.
It's a cool book.
I love Elseworld stuff.
Yeah.
I love Gatchaman, Voltron, Power Ranger stuff. And you know what? I like Batman too.
Well,
let put it all in there.
Let me show you first of all, there's like a magical girl transformation scene where Batman like gets his costume and he like
goes like full Sailor Moon.
Yeah, he's like, Batman activate.
Jesus. Oh my God.
And
yes.
Here's like, if this page doesn't convince you,
holy shit. This is incredible.
Right? Just, I mean, the costumes alone are like worth the price of entry.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah. So
just well done. Yeah. Round of applause from First Issue Club. DC, you do it best. You lean into the absurd better than anyone in the market.
Yeah.
Better than Marvel, better than Image, and better than Alterna. Like, you take your IP, your precious angels, and you throw them unabashedly into the craziest scenarios, and when you just let loose, it fucking works, baby.
Yeah.
It works so well when you just let creative teams just have a little fun.
Yeah. I'll be perfectly honest. I was kind of skeptical of this book going in because I was like, this is it's just going to be Power Rangers with a Batman, you know, bat ears on it.
Yeah.
But the fact that they really let Kyle Higgins like kind of go apeshit on the entire like mythos of Batman really made this thing work.
God damn it. I love it.
Yeah. This is one that I want to loan out to Mike D because I'm sure he didn't pre-order it. Like, it doesn't seem like...
You'd be surprised.
Well,
you never know.
That's true.
You know, we can't speak for the man when he's not here.
That's true. Either way, whether he ordered it or didn't, I want to make sure that he reads it so that I can get his take.
Join us next week then for Mike D's initial reaction. Super powerful
Immortal Legend
robot
Batman.
Killing Immortal Batman.
And that's all I read.
All right. Well, like we said at the top of the show, it might be a shorter episode this week. I think we did pretty good at 50 minutes. We gave you the comic book meaty portion that you live for and what honestly gets you through the week. Be on the lookout for our Exquisite Corpses podcast dropping sometime in the next few days. If you are wanting more First Issue Club content, join our Discord. Links are in our social media. Also, go to patreon.com/First Issue Club, where you will get our James Bond episode that we just did, where Andy and I go through the Dynamite James Bond series, not issue by issue, but like arc by arc. This week we covered Black Box by Benjamin Percy, which was a huge hit. We also, I think we might, do we have a EliteCon live episode dropping, or we have that dropping too? We have a ton of stuff on there. Go check it out. We have a free tier, a $1 tier, and a $4 tier. So for the price of a comic book, maybe less now, you can get full access to the First Issue Club Patreon library, and it would help us out because it supports the show and make sure that we can keep the lights on. Other than that, Andy, if you don't have anything else to add.
Nope.
All right. Well, until then, bye.
Bye.
First Issue Club podcast is brought to you by Boulevard Brewing Company, the people responsible for our favorite drinks, the Space Camper Cosmic IPA family of beers. Our show is edited and produced by our hosts Mike DeStacy, Greg Lichtag, and Andy Vargas. You can find us on social media at First Issue Club, and you can join the supporters who keep our humble podcast going on our Patreon at patreon.com/firstissueclub.